Listen, welcome back to Travel Glows. My name is Kenny.
My name is Soraya, and in today's video we're going to show you around at the Fitz Roy one-day trek, the so-called Laguna de los TRES. So we are going to talk how to get there, what to see, what to do, what you need, what you don't need. More information about the trek, and at the end we will have some tips for you, so stay tuned. If you like these kind of videos, don't forget to thumbs up and you can subscribe.
Down there.
Let's get into it.
Yes.
So we decided to go after Body Lodge to go even further down into Patagonia, almost all the way down.
Almost. Yes.
Almost. And we stayed in El Calafate. So I think we believe that most tourists stay over there. But if you want to do this one-day trek, the starting point is from El Chaten. And according to Google Maps, that's a distance of 3.5 hour drive.
Yes.
We took a cab because we were a bit short in time. And the cab driver only took around, I think it was 2 hours.
2 hours, yes.
Yes. So a little bit different than our Google Map was saying. Yeah. So that was the good news. We are not sure. You can take the bus over there, but we are not sure about the timetables. But in case you want to go with the bus, just make sure to check that out.
Yeah.
So you start to walk from El Chaten. The mountain itself is around 3,405 meters.
Yeah.
Exactly. And we walked all the way to the so-called base camp. That's how I call it.
We started early in the morning. Our taxi driver picked us up at our hostel. And it was about a 2 hour drive. And along that drive you see some spectacular views already from the car. You already see the top of the mountain. You can stop along the way to take some pictures, to shoot some videos. But we didn't do that because we really want to take the time for the trek itself.
Yeah, we were afraid that we wouldn't make it, so that's why we just told him to
drive. Right? Yeah, but also from the car you have some spectacular views.
Yeah,
so it's already that is the trip
more than worth it.
So the taxi driver he let us out at the beginning of the trail, which is in the El Chaten. At the beginning of the trek there is a road map where you can see how the trek goes, so what kind of different paths you can take. And it also says that it's a return trip of, let's say, 20 kilometers. And the expectation was it will take you around 8 hours. And you can also see, and I think that's very comes in handy, how the trek is regarding the difficulty and the steeps, how that's located. So I think the first kilometers, 1.5, it's quite steep. Then it's flat for quite a long time, and then the last kilometers it's really steep. So with having that in mind, make sure that you're in a good health and a good physical condition, especially when you want to reach the base camp. So that's how we call it. And there are also signs that say, for the last kilometer you have to be in a real good health, really good condition, and there are lots more warning signs. So the weather must be good.
You need to keep track of the time because of the sunset hours.
Yeah.
And something, I'm not sure if it's on, if they are worrying for it, but there's no real trail on it. It's all loosey-goosey stuff.
Yeah.
So it makes it Yeah, so it makes harder walking the last 400 meters or so.
Yeah. It's really slippery. At the end, and also the way back when you go down the mountain again. It's quite challenging, to be honest. I fell a couple of times myself, so maybe that's me. I'm maybe a little bit clumsy, but look out for that.
Yeah, more people were slipping, so
so it's not all bad.
Make sure to also check the weather conditions, because that can really have an impact on this trek. Our weather conditions were fine. The sun was out. It was a bit cloudy, but the sun was out. But it was really windy. Really windy. I lost a hat, unfortunately. So that's something you shouldn't bring or put in your backpack and not outside. But sometimes it's that cloudy or misty.
Yeah, misty.
It's that cloudy or misty that you don't see anything. So then it's really hard to see Fitz Roy. Maybe go back and do it again.
Yeah.
If you have more time.
If you have more time, of course.
Yes.
Yeah. So we were fortunate that we could see a lot of the peak. Not all.
No, but we didn't see on the top. No. But when you are walking up, I think for maybe 50% or so, you're always seeing Fitz Roy. So I thought it was really cool. You walk along a couple of lakes and you see the river, hence the name, I guess. So that is really cool. They even have a split, so we did both ways.
First we walked, let's say on the left, we came across a camping site.
On a really nice lake.
A really nice lake around it, and there were all people setting up their tents, so it was also funny to see they are preparing themselves for the night. So that's also something what you can do. You can go there and camp. So you will be, first thing in the morning you will be up the mountain, but we didn't do that because
when we came back we did the other way, and make sure to turn around to see Fitz Roy, because that's also really amazing. Maybe it's even an idea to just do it at the beginning, because then you are sure you don't miss it. So just already a bonus tip. And of course, the reason that we wanted to do this trek is because of the amazing scenic views. They are everywhere. It's amazing. The trail is really well, and we just love the surroundings. It's changing every time. So you are walking in a forest, you are walking in a plain field, you are crossing rivers. Yeah, we really enjoyed it.
So the last kilometers is very, very steep. So watch out. There are some loose rocks. So there's not a real, there is a path, of course, but it's not that it's really paved. They didn't pave the way. So it's really a lot of rocks that are loose. So it's very slippery, and I fell a couple of times. It's not all me, but other people fell as well. So please make sure to watch out and that you wear some good footwear, so good boots or something else that you have some grip when you're climbing upwards the mountain.
Yeah. And look up a couple of times because of the loose rocks. They are sometimes big ones are coming down because people are just making their way up. They will scream until the rock is coming, but in any case, just make sure you keep an eye on your surroundings.
Yes.
It's quite windy up, so if the weather conditions are not good, just please don't go.
No.
It's simply dangerous.
And it's not worth it. No.
It's
fun to climb a mountain, but it's more fun to climb other mountains another time.
And then we came up, and as so often with these kind of things, manage a little bit of your expectations. We are all familiar with the Instagram pictures, but when we came there, even though it was already summertime, beginning of summertime, it was still really, there was still a lot of snow on the mountain, and the lake was almost completely frozen.
Yeah.
So no blue lake. It was still beautiful, but it was extremely cold.
Yeah, very chilly.
Windy, and so we didn't stay there for too long.
No, we didn't stay there for hours and hours.
Yeah, you can walk down all the way to the lake, but we decided that it was just simply not worth it. So after enjoying the view for a little bit, we just decided to go back down.
Yes. After we reached the top and we enjoyed the view up there, we needed to make back to our way down quite a heavy pace.
Yeah.
Because the taxi driver was waiting for us because we set a date at time, and we needed to keeping up the pace real fast. Otherwise we wouldn't make it. And he said, "Well, I'm waiting till that time, then I drive off."
Yeah.
So we were kind of under pressure.
Yes.
But unfortunately we made it. But we needed really to speed it up.
So you're simply walking just the same way down that you came up.
Yeah.
And so actually only the first part down is quite heavy, and I would say all the other parts are really doable.
Yeah.
It's as beautiful, but you just don't see Fitz Roy anymore because it's in your bag.
Yeah. So look around.
Look around.
Look back.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Yeah. Then you see it again, of course.
Here are a couple of tips that we want to share with you. First of all, we came very unprepared because we were not supposed to go to Patagonia, so we didn't have the proper clothes.
We had it quite cold.
Yeah, it was extremely cold. I even had your sweater. I had all my layers on. We did have some gloves with us, from all things, but just don't be like us. Make sure you're well prepared to the weather conditions, because it can be extremely cold even if it's summertime.
Yeah, because it's quite high.
Yeah. We already talked a little bit about this topic, but make sure you have enough food and drink with you. There is nothing on the way, you can't buy anything. Also, if you're planning to go out for camping, make sure you have everything with you and don't leave anything behind, obviously. That goes for everyone.
Everywhere.
Everywhere. But yeah, there are no stalls or anything that you can buy something from. Not even at the starting point. So unless you go into the town, just make sure you bring enough at least water with you and something to eat along the way.
Yep.
We did this hike on our
trainers.
On our trainers.
Yeah.
And
it could be done on our trainers, but was it ideal? No. Especially the last part, I think it was more ideal if we had our walking boots on.
Yeah, just mounted boots or something like that. A little bit more with more grip.
Yeah.
Anti-slippery stuff. So that would have been way better.
Become very handy.
Yeah. We thought about it and we checked if in El Chalten was accommodation. Unfortunately, everything was booked or way too expensive for us. So that's why we stayed in El Calafat.
Yeah.
But if you're planning to Patagonia and you really want to do this trek, there is a lot more to see. There are more treks even on this one-day Fitz Roy trek. So therefore we would really, the next time we would really stay in El Chalten.
Yes.
Because then you don't need to rush, you don't need to make appointments with cab drivers, you won't be spending any money at the cab drivers. So yeah, we would start from there. Yeah. In case your health condition is maybe not that good, it doesn't mean you can't do this trek. The only thing that we would say is maybe walk to the lake crossing point, so where you need to decide to go left or right.
Yes.
That's kind of doable. The path is really good, and then you see Fitz Roy really nice.
Yeah.
And then you can just go back. I think that's a round trip of around 8 or 9
kilometers, something like that.
Yeah, and very doable. Because if you go if you walk further, Fitz Roy would become smaller, and at one point you won't see it anymore, and then you have a really steep climb, and that was kind of heavy. We saw people do it with children on their back, but it's they were not lying about the conditions. So it's not weird to just go halfway and then go back. It's really nice as well, and absolutely worth doing it. Especially maybe if the weather conditions are not that great and you don't have a lot of time.
Yeah, absolutely.
If you are coming from El Calafat to El Chalten, I would absolutely recommend to stop during the way. This is something we regretted not doing. So yeah, if you like taking some pictures or just enjoying for a little bit, just stop along the way and just do it. And I think that's it about the tips.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Oh.
To wrap things up, is it worth going on this one-day trek?
If you ask me, absolutely. The trek has just spectacular views that you don't want to miss. So, is it worth it? If it's up to me, absolutely. What about you?
Yeah, it's the same. It's just amazing. Come prepared and then you will have the time of your life. It's really cool. It's unique nature and one of the most spectacular things we have ever done, I think, that I have ever seen. I love this part of Argentina.
Yeah.
So make sure you go. Thanks for watching and see you next time.
Bye bye.